Hello everyone, welcome to a new video. It is me, Desiree, and it is time for another planty video. So I realized today that I have 8 different varieties of pothos, and I thought it would be fun to kind of rank them, do a little best and worst, which ones are thriving, which ones aren't, which one I have killed and replaced, and just kind of count down from 8 to 1, what is my best, most favoritist one. And I'm also just going to be sharing a few care tips, things I've learned about them, or let you know how I'm struggling with it, and if you can help me, I'd really appreciate it. Any tips and tricks are welcome in the comment section, of course. I have all my notes here on my best and worst, so let's start off with number 8, my least favorite one so far. And it's this. This is Pearls and Jade. And I know what you're thinking, why is that your least favorite? It looks perfect. And now let me tell you, it's because this is a brand new plant. I have already owned and killed this plant, just this exact size. And I don't know what happened. It just kept getting all these brown spots all over it, kind of like this. And I didn't know what was causing it. I don't know if it was the light or the water. I thought I was treating it well, but it was not happy with me. But these leaves are so gorgeous. I feel like if I kill this one, I'm gonna buy another one anyway. I mean, look at these beautiful leaves. They got this white and green variegation, just a work of art. Like, I can't believe this grows in nature. Like, what is Mother Nature doing? It's just a stunner of a plant. And all of these are really stunning plants. They're just, some of them are a little more fussy than others. I mean, look at that leaf. Oh, gorgeous. So what did I write about this? Already killed and replaced it. Develops brown spots for some reason, and the care is confusing to me on this. Because I don't know if it's the watering or the humidity. I was treating it like I would any other pothos, letting it dry out till it feels a little bit limp, and then I water it. But it still develops all these brown spots. So I don't know. If you have any tips and tricks, yours doesn't have any brown spots, let me know what you're doing. Should I water it more often than I am? Because I let it dry out all the way. Maybe it needs, I don't know, a little more water or likes to be moist. I don't know. Any tips and tricks are welcome. But yeah, this is my least favorite, but not because of the way it looks. It is a stunner of a plant. Okay, my next least favorite, this is number 7, is the Snow Queen. So this here is Miss Fussy herself, the Snow Queen. The leaves are gorgeous. They have this beautiful pattern, like more white than green. I mean, obviously a lot of green, but the green is like really light green. There's tons of different colors of green in here. The leaves are just absolute gorgeousness. Beautiful plant. But this one, just like the Pearls and Jade, develops all these brown spots. Like, this is what exactly happens to the Pearls and Jade plant over time. So I'm not sure what causes this. I thought maybe it was overwatering, but I feel like I'm waiting till like it's a dire situation to water this plant. Like right now it has a brown spot in the middle of that leaf. I wait till it goes limp and then I water it when it needs water. But if you have any tips on this plant, let me know, because otherwise it's gonna go the way of the Pearls and Jade. This one I don't think I would repurchase, just because, oh, actually look how it's leaning towards the sun. Does it need more sun than I'm giving it? I thought with how light the leaves were, that more sun would burn them. But now that I see it leaning, maybe it's wanting a lot more sun. Maybe that's what's causing it. I don't know. I just put, it has beautiful variegation, but same issues as Pearls and Jade. It's just giving me some heartache, but man, a stunner. She's so beautiful, even with the brown spots. But yeah, maybe I'm gonna put her in more light. Maybe that's what she needs. All right, next up, Manjula. Oh man, this one I have in a macrame hanger just on the wall there on a little hook. This plant, oh my gosh, just takes my breath away. So it does have a lot of white variegation, just like Pearls and Jade, just like the Snow Queen, but the leaves are a lot bigger. Like, they are just these big, giant big leaves. And it took me a long time to tell the difference between all these plants because they all look the same. But with this one, you can tell the difference in the leaf shape. It's just a lot more round, but obviously the same beautiful green and white pattern on the leaves. Like, look at this one. It's got some super dark emerald over here with some white, this like pretty stripe going to the tip. Each leaf, of course, unique and just a stunner of a plant. I also love that it put out this perfectly green one. So yeah, some of the leaves grow in perfectly green, but then the new ones that grew down here are growing with the variegation. So I'm not really sure what causes it to grow with variegation and without, but I think each leaf, even if this was all green, would just be so gorgeous. Of course, I put on here, it has rounder leaves. It has the same beautiful variegation. Absolutely gorgeous. But the care for this one is confusing for me as well, because look what's happening here too. It's getting all the same brown spots as the other ones I just showed you. And I'm not sure what's causing it. But of course, when I look up online, what is this brown spot on my Manjula pothos? It pretty much says, well, that plant has a disease, you might as well trash it. Everything that's wrong with your plant is a disease and you should throw it away. At least that's what the internet says, but man, look at this. Oh, so freaking beautiful. But yeah, this is one that's causing me a little bit of heartache. I love it so much. And at first I thought it was a little bit damaged like this because Lowe's, oh my God, the Lowe's, I guess, that I go to in my area, their plants look like garbage. And I'm not joking when I say the word garbage. They look like plants that are dead. They're all brown, they're limp, they don't take care of them, they don't unbox them right away. This plant had been sitting in the boxes for 4 days. They had the delivery just sitting in the area where the plants are, like waiting to be opened. And I went every single day like, what's in those boxes? And finally one night my boyfriend was like, let's go over there, I'm opening the boxes. And he opened all the boxes. And I pulled this one out. And then the next day I saw other customers in there shopping from the boxes. So the plants, they don't take care of their plants like Home Depot does. Home Depot definitely takes care of their plants a lot better. That was a side note. So I thought that that's why maybe it was getting all these brown spots, but the brown spots continue to develop on the leaves. Yeah, if you have any care tips on this, let me know. But otherwise, it's my 8-7, number 6 in my Pothos collection, Manjula. So freaking gorgeous though. Look at it. Beautiful. All right, number 5 is this beautiful neon Pothos. Oh my goodness. Have you seen a more beautiful plant in your life? This is one that I was just like crazy about getting because I just love these bright green leaves. They're just like a bright neon highlighter kind of green color. They don't have any variegation on them. Well, this one has like some white on it, but I think that might be because it's dying. I don't know. But it has a little bit of a white thing on this leaf here. But for the most part, the leaves are just solid yellow. This one here has a little bit of a green stripe. I think it's so cute. But this one is so beautiful. This is a super easy care one for me because all I do, I let it go limp. I kind of wait till the leaves feel like they're not so strong anymore, like the stems are feeling kind of wobbly. Of course, the soil is completely dry at this point, but then I leave it dry for a little bit. Like some plants don't want to be watered immediately after the soil dries out. And that's what I find with this one. I find that when the leaves tell me that it needs to be watered, that it's a little limp, I water it, and I do have it in a cache pot. I'm not the hugest bottom waterer, but this is really easy. I just fill it up with some water and I put it back in there and let it soak it up, and then I empty out the excess. Beautiful plant, super easy care. What did I write? Oh, I regret buying 2 of them. So I loved this plant so much that I had to get another one. And when I saw it at the grocery store and I couldn't say no, I was like, I love the other one so much, I have to get another one. And I do regret buying 2 of them. But look, oh my God, this poor thing, look what I did to it. So it also has some brown spots, but it's not because of the other ones. Like the other ones are confusing care. This one has all these brown spots because I took this big old guy outside with the hose and I was washing it down, and I left it outside to dry. And I forgot it there until I came home from work the next day. And by then it was about 5:30 at night or in the afternoon. And it got scorched. I mean, this plant used to be, I would say about a third of the plant I did end up removing. Leaves all over it were completely burned. So all these ones here that have these brown spots now were the burned leaves that I just haven't brought myself to cut off yet. But this scorched in direct sunlight. So give them some nice light during the day. Direct sun is, I don't think, is not necessary for these plants, and it will scorch if you have it in direct sunlight or you forget it outside after you were washing it. So I do regret buying 2 of them, and I burned one of them apparently. Cooked him, poor thing. But I love this one so much. Definitely one of my top favorites. So now we are getting into the top 4. These 4 I went back and forth on like which one is going to be number 1. But next up, my number 4 favorite is Marble Queen. All right, and here she is, my beautiful Marble Queen. This one very similar to the Snow Queen, but it has a lot more green on it than the Snow Queen does. The Snow Queen has a lot more white, so here they are next to each other. Snow Queen, Marble Queen. I do prefer this one. Even just the colors of the leaves I think is a lot more, not that she ain't beautiful, but I just like this one a lot more. The leaves very similar in style to the Snow Queen. Like I said, they got this beautiful variegation. Some of them really, really white, but most of the time they're going to be green. The new leaves here popped out completely green, and this one just the slightest bit of color there on the end. I don't really know what causes variegation or not. I don't know if it's the light or anything, but I'm happy with whatever it grows. I think it's just a gorgeous plant. This one has developed one brown leaf here, but I'm not sure why. Just like the other ones, I don't know what causes that. But this one doesn't have as many. It only has the one. Whereas the Snow Queen, the Pearls and Jade, and the Manjula over there have all these brown leaves. When this one seems like it's in the same family with all the variegation, but it's not getting all the brown leaves. I'm not sure why, because they're all in this room, getting the same amount of light, same humidity, same watering style that I'm doing. So I don't know. I don't know what's causing this one at all, but I do water this one when it goes limp. I wait till I shake it and all the leaves are just like falling everywhere, and then I water it. I don't really think I wrote anything else on this one. It's super easy. I love this one a lot, and it grew this big vine, and it's just doing so well. So yeah, number 4 right here. Good old Marble Queen. All right, top 3. We're in the top 3 now. My number 3 favorite pothos that I have, the good old Jade. I almost put this at number 1. I freaking love this plant. And it's a plant I overlooked all the time. My grandma has one that is so gorgeous. She has it right in the middle of her coffee table, and it has these big, big leaves, and every time I see it, it's bigger and bigger and bigger. And I'm always so jealous of it. And I'm like, I want one of those Jade pothos. I want one with big giant leaves. And this one has been doing so well. This one leaf here, you know, it's about to fall off. I usually just let the leaf completely turn yellow until it like easily will pop off. I don't like to cut it right away. I don't know. But anyway, this plant for some reason keeps growing straight up instead of like falling over. So I might put it, I don't know, put like a plank or something behind her, let it grow up rather than out. I don't know, that just kind of seems like what he wants to do. But this one's super easy care as well. I just let it go limp. I let all the soil dry out, and then I leave it dry until the leaves tell me that it needs water. Yeah, beautiful, easy to take care of, and I freaking love these solid green big leaves. I love this one so much. I have this one hanging in a macrame hanger in my living room. It gets, I would say, decent light all day. It's pretty close to a skylight, and that room gets bright light all day. It doesn't get any direct sun, of course, just general bright light regularly throughout the day, and easy going. Really loves it in there, and I love this one. He's so beautiful. Yeah, I have nothing bad to say about this plant. It's just solid green, beautiful, beautiful green. Oh, if I can grab it. Solid emerald green here, just gorgeous, gorgeous leaves. If you love solid green, no variegation, this is the plant for you. It's very easy going. I would say it's very low maintenance. I mean, almost no maintenance. Water it when it goes limp and the soil's completely dry, and it's just gonna keep growing and growing for you. Give it some decent light. It's good in any kind of light except direct sun. Of course, it will scorch just like the other one I did. But yeah, super easy going plant. I love this one so much. All right, top 2. Top 2. Let me go get number 2. All right, number 2 in my Pothos collection is golden Pothos. So I have 2 here. I'll show you this one in a second. This is a plant I never really liked. I just didn't like the yellow leaves. I thought it just looked like it was dying all the time. But again, my grandma has one that I love. It's not a super big plant, it's just like one long vine. But I just fell in love with the yellow on the leaves. I just couldn't get over it. Like, look how pretty this is. So gorgeous. And this is the second one that I bought. This was the first one that I purchased. And look at these 2 weird vines that started just growing out on the sides. This was the first golden Pothos that I bought, but it didn't, for me, it didn't have enough yellow on the leaves. Like, there's only a few. There's this one here. The leaves that are yellow, they're just like little splashes. And I really wanted one that was more yellow. So that's where this one came into play. I picked this one, I think at Home Depot or something. It was like $4. And it's grown a lot since I've got it. I love this one so much. I love how yellow it is. It's just, look at it. It's gorgeous. Same super easy care as the other 2 I just mentioned. I just kind of let it go limp and just water it when the vines kind of tell you that it needs to be watered. This one is another one that I took outside to water with the hose, and I left it outside all night and then the whole next day, and it scorched. I did end up cutting several leaves off. This one here was one that got burned, which is just gonna slowly die because I couldn't bring myself to cut it off. Same with this one here on this vine. It also got scorched outside, and this one too. So don't give your plants direct sunlight if they don't want it, because they will just burn and die. But this one I love. I have him sitting on a shelf, and it just has these 2 beautiful vines. I just think are so beautiful. I love this one so much. And then my beautiful super yellow one I love. I heard there's a pothos called Hawaiian pothos that's like really yellow and bigger. I want one. I want one. All right, love this one. All right, if you haven't guessed it by now, number 1, Cebu Blue. Let me go get him. All right, so I have 3 of these. I have this hanging basket. I have a medium-sized one here that I'll show you in a sec, and then a smaller one. I have another video where I talk about all 3 of them, the prices, where I got them, and compare them together. I'll link that video down in the description box if you want to check it out. But this is number 1 for many reasons. For one, look at it. It's gorgeous. It has different leaf shape than all the other ones we've already talked about. They're longer, they're more narrow, they're pointed. And it's called Cebu Blue because it can have this like blue tint to the green. I know it's not going to really come off on camera, but it's a slight haze of blue mixed in with the green. It's just a gorgeous, beautiful plant. The leaves are just a beautiful shape, and then they have the veining and the patterns and the little like kind of ripples on them. It's just a work of art. This one does need to be watered. As you can see, it's very limp. This is what I usually wait for on these pothos. I wait for it to go limp, and I wait for the leaves to tell me that it needs to be watered, not the soil, because I'm always afraid I'm going to overwater it. This one here was the other plant that I washed outside with the hose and left outside all night and all day. Scorched. I felt so freaking bad. I freaked out because this plant is so like sought after. People love it, and I just burned it in the sunlight. About 30 leaves I had to cut off. I mean, there's a few that I haven't cut off yet because I don't want it to look bald, but a few of them still have this like brown spots on it because they were burned in the sun. And then some of them got burned, but they just kept like this little bit of a scorch mark. The whole leaf didn't completely die. But I did cut a lot of it off, so you can't really tell, but it's looking a little bald here on the top. But I absolutely freaking love this plant. This is also the only plant that I've successfully propagated. I took a lot of cuttings from the smaller one that I have. This one also needs to be watered. I'm not sure if you can see, it's just like limp. I took some cuttings from the other one that I have that was just really viney without a lot of leaves. And I cut all the vines up and I put them in some water. They grew some nice roots. I potted it up, and it was like the cutest little plant with about 10 leaves. And I was like, I could totally sell that and someone would buy it. It's just so cute. And then later that day, the mirror on the wall that I had right on top of the shelf where I put the plant I just made fell off. It just fell off and crashed and broke all over the ground. It was the scariest thing ever, and it broke that plant. Of all the plants that were there, that's the one that broke. It broke all the vines and the leaves and everything. So I did successfully propagate it, but you know, it didn't make it even one day after I potted it up. But man, I just love this one. I mean, look at this gorgeousness. The leaf pattern, the shape, the color, can't get over it. And then I just love it. Look how cute he looks. So yeah, number one, Cebu Blue for sure. There are a few other varieties out there, none that I was more interested in though than the Hawaiian one. I'm gonna look that up. I bet it's expensive. I don't know. So yeah, that's it. Those are all 8 varieties that I own, what I love about them, the ones that are thriving, the ones that aren't. Let me know your care tips. Of course, I want to know how to take care of my beautiful variegated varieties. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Let me know your favorite pothos. Do you own any of the ones I mentioned in this video? Let me know what you think, and I will see you later in another video. Goodbye.